Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we have some news to go over for Modern Warfare 2 as well as the Call of Duty franchise as a whole. First things first, we're going to be talking about Season 1 Reloaded that is set to begin in 1 week's time, and so far, all that's been officially confirmed for Season 1 Reloaded will be the return of shipment, raids, which are going to be a new feature in Spec Ops, which actually look pretty cool, and possibly the Honey Badger. Like, we know that that rifle is going to be coming to the game, but it's not exactly confirmed whether or not it's going to be there right from day 1 of Season 1 Reloaded. It's set to begin on December 14th, once again, 1 week's time. So I imagine over the course of the next week, we're going to be getting some official trailers, some official information, some blog posts and things like that, and hopefully things will be a whole lot more clear after Activision and Infinity Ward finally give us a proper update as to what is going to be happening with Season 1 Reloaded. Now, moving past Season 1 Reloaded, however, Season 2 has leaked, and of course, people have already been talking about this for a little bit now, but I haven't covered it here in the channel, so I thought I should throw it in here really quickly. Season 2's cover art has been leaked, and Activision is being Activision and therefore taking down virtually every instance of it on the entire internet. So I'll try to link some instances of that down there in the description so you guys can check it out if you guys haven't already. But Season 2 appears to be Asian themed, Japanese themed, I don't know what you want to call it. Like, Ronin is going to be there as an operator, and they're also teasing the return of the classic World at War map Castle, which honestly, that's one of the best maps that Treyarch has ever made. I always thought Castle was a really good map, but then they brought it back last year for Vanguard, and instead of making it 6v6, they made it like a ground war, like, you know, 12 on 12, 18 on 18, whatever map, and that just kind of took away a bit of the flow, I would say. But overall, I think Castle is actually a very good map. It's cool that they're bringing it to this game, but also it's weird to me that they're adding a Treyarch map to an Infinity Ward game 1 year after Sledgehammer brought the map back for the first time in a decade. Kind of weird, right? But then again, Activision has said time and time again that they're trying to make it so all the studios are working together much more closely and all that. So it wouldn't surprise me, I suppose. But as always, we'll have to wait and see how things are going to play out in regards to Season 2. Season 1 Reloaded isn't even here yet, so we're kind of looking a little bit too far into the future. But as always, I'll keep you guys posted as we learn more. Moving along here, Microsoft. As you guys know, Microsoft is in the process of trying to acquire Activision Blizzard, and it has not exactly been going well, mostly because Google and Sony are kind of throwing a fit as to whether or not Microsoft is going to have too much power if they acquire the Call of Duty franchise along with everything else under the Activision Blizzard umbrella, right? And there's some merit to actually what they're saying there, but Microsoft has announced, this happened just today, that they have signed an agreement to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo if their acquisition of Activision is approved, and we're still a couple years away from that officially being approved, but they're going to be bringing COD to the Switch? I don't know how that would work, and apparently where it is, like, the game itself, like, their engine would not even run on the Nintendo Switch. I mean, for crying out loud, I picked up Pokemon Scarlet, like a proprietary game for Nintendo. Pokemon barely runs on Nintendo Switch, like constant frame drops, horrible graphics, and things like that. Like, I can't imagine how COD would work on the Nintendo Switch, but maybe, possibly, they're talking about the idea of adding COD to the Nintendo platform once they release another platform, but the Switch just keeps making so much money that, like, I don't see them making a Switch 2 anytime soon, but maybe they are. I don't know. They obviously know a lot more than we do. But yeah, Microsoft has announced that they have signed an agreement to bring COD to Nintendo. And we're talking about, like, not just a mobile game, we're talking about like a full-fledged, like, you know, hypothetically, like Black Ops 5. Like, when Black Ops 5 comes out, it'll be there for Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and Nintendo, however that's supposed to work. So that's really interesting. They've also gone ahead and committed to keeping Call of Duty on Steam. If you guys didn't know, like, when they first went to the idea of cross-platform in the Call of Duty franchise, if you played on PC, you basically had to get the game on Battle.net, which is like Blizzard's service. Well, it used to be Blizzard, now it's Activision Blizzard's kind of launcher. Every freaking company has to have a launcher now. You got Origin, you got Epic, you got Battle.net, you got everything, right? So for a while there, if you wanted to play COD, you had to do it on Battle.net. But now, this year, with Modern Warfare 2, they went back to Steam as well as Battle.net, giving fans a choice, and Microsoft has committed to keeping Call of Duty on Steam, and they've reportedly even offered Sony a 10-year deal to release each new Call of Duty on PlayStation with same-day parity as Xbox and presumably PC and Nintendo. Now, if you guys don't know, like, what that means, same-day parity, is when they release something, it goes out on all platforms at the exact exact same time. None of that PlayStation Sony bullshit where they get the map pack 30 days early, 15 days early access to the beta, this, that, and the other thing. Microsoft is making all the right moves right now, in my own personal opinion, because what they're doing is they're really trying to make it look like, and obviously they're doing this from a profit motive, but what they're saying is like they want to release more games to more people on all platforms and just bring gamers together. Even Phil Spencer himself was saying that it's really stupid that hypothetically if his son has a PlayStation and his son's friend has an Xbox, that depending on the game they can't even play together because they picked the wrong piece of plastic. Those were his words, and I've been using that phrase myself. Like, picking the wrong piece of plastic is annoying, right? Now, I can understand why Microsoft might have exclusives like Halo, or why, you know, Sony might have exclusives like, I don't know, like Last of Us or whatever. Like, I understand like first party exclusives, but in general, there should be a lot more cross-platform and there should be a lot more parity between all the different systems. And Sony, who has been really just killing it over the course of the past couple of years, like ever since the PS4 and the Xbox One came out, Sony surpassed Microsoft ridiculously. They were killing it. They were making money hand over fist. But honestly, I think it kind of goes back to the old expression, right? It's hard to get up and run when you're sleeping in silk sheets. I think they got a little bit lazy, and Microsoft decided to make a little known thing called the Game Pass, which is like the best value in gaming for the Xbox and PC. And now suddenly Microsoft is a lot more favorably looked upon. They're making all of these moves. They're trying their best to make themselves look like the most pro-consumer company out there, and it's working to an extent. Meanwhile, Sony's like, no, they're going to have too much power. That's like basically all they're saying without even trying to like make an equivalent, right? Sony's upset that the Game Pass, this is literally stuff they said, like they're upset that the Game Pass is already too good of a value, and thus adding Call of Duty to Game Pass would just kill off all the other systems. That's what they're saying, and I understand where Sony's coming from, but at the same time, what is stopping Sony from making their own equivalent of a Game Pass, right? Competition is a good thing, and Microsoft's president even said, if it's about competition, let's have competition here. You know, they're basically just trying to say, no, you're not allowed to better yourself, you're not allowed to make the company even better, you're not allowed to grow as a company, we're going to stay right where we are right now by dominating the market share because PlayStation is so popular. And that may make it sound like I'm coming off as somewhat like anti-PlayStation. No, I literally have a PS5 sitting next to me. I'm an asshole, but I play Madden, which is actually terrible this year. It's terrible every year. And MLB The Show and things like that on my PlayStation. I need to get it so I can play the beta because Sony are a bunch of dicks and make it so you have to have a PlayStation if you want early access to the beta. And plus, if you want to be a content creator like myself, you have to have a PlayStation. It's a business expense, so on and so forth, right? We've all been down this road a million times. You guys have heard it all before. But right now, Microsoft seems to be making some pretty good moves, and they're offering Sony a 10-year deal until like 2032 to guarantee COD on the PlayStation platforms with same-day parity as the other platforms, and Sony just isn't really having it. Now, to be fair, like to play devil's advocate, it's possible that after that 10-year deal is up, that Microsoft would just, you know, pull the rug out from under Sony and say, haha, Call of Duty is now a Microsoft exclusive. But where's COD gonna be in 10 years, man? That's so hard to say. We do know that COD grows year after year. It makes billions of dollars, like Nadeshot said, $1 billion every single year. But just to put like this into context here, 10 years ago, freaking like Black Ops 2 was out and a lot has happened in that time, right? So where is COD going to be in another 10 years? Who knows? I have no freaking idea. You know, it's cool to think about, but man, that's a long ways away. It's almost not even worth thinking about. So that's the news, guys. That's a little news roundup for you guys here today, and I would love to hear your thoughts on all of these topics down there in the comment section below. What do you think about the Sony and Microsoft thing, as well as Season 1 Reloaded and Season 2's leaks? Once again, links to those down there in the description. I would definitely be interested to hear about that. But for right now, that's all for this video here today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.